think of it. All that work making this tunnel, and I find myself in your cell. What foul luck. Who are you?
My name is Edmond Dantes.
How long have you been a prisoner?
For 14 years now.
What crime have you committed?
None. I'm completely innocent.
Oh, innocent. Well, so am I. But tell me your story. It'll help me to forget my failure to escape from this place.
I was a sailor on board the Pharaoh. One day we put into the island of Elba, and the captain said to me, "Go and find Marshal Bertrand. He'll give you a letter from the Emperor Napoleon. Bring it back to me." When I came back on board, I found the captain had been struck down by a heart attack. Before he died, he made me promise to take the letter to the person to whom it was addressed. And then, in front of the whole crew of the Pharaoh, he made me captain of the ship.
Oh, what happened after that?
I took the ship to Marseille. The next day, I was arrested while I was at my fiancée's house. An anonymous communication had accused me of plotting against the king.
Did anybody see the marshal give you the letter?
Yes. A sailor called Caderousse saw him give it to me.
Was he a friend of yours?
He was hoping to take over command of the Pharaoh. He must have been very disappointed.
Yeah, he must have felt pretty bitter towards you as well. Tell me, had your fiancée jilted some other fellow by chance?
As a matter of fact, she had. A fellow called Fernand. He'd been a soldier, and he'd been to sea as well.
Did Caderousse and Fernand know each other?
That's funny. Now I come to think of it, I did see them together the day before I was arrested.
Yeah, they're the ones who denounced you, my dear chap. Caderousse denounced you out of jealousy, and Fernand because your fiancée had rejected him.
No.
Yeah, I understand how you feel. Well, anyway, go on.
I was taken before the king's magistrate. He read the letter, looked very anxious, and turned pale. He then made me swear never to say anything about it, threw it on the fire, and said I was free to go. That very evening, the gendarme brought me to the Chateau d'If.
Who was the letter addressed to, by the way?
To a Monsieur Noirtier.
Oh, yes, I know him well. He's a fanatical supporter of Bonaparte. What was the name of your magistrate?
De Villefort.
That explains everything. De Villefort is Noirtier's son. To save his father, who had got mixed up in a plot, de Villefort destroyed the letter and then sent you off to the Chateau d'If. Been digging this tunnel for more than a year now. I'll be dead before it's finished.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Go on without me. We're nearly at the end. In months, you'll be free. Listen, I'm going to tell you a secret. There's a fabulous treasure hidden in a cave on the island of Monte Cristo. There's a map of how to get to it hidden in my mattress. When you get out of here, go and find the treasure. It'll make you one of the richest men in the world. Then you can set about getting your revenge. Change your name, your personality. Call yourself the Count of Monte Cristo. Don't forget, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Faria? Faria?
He's dead.
you hear that? That was the cannon on the Chateau d'If.
A prisoner must have got away.
Sailor called Caderousse.
Caderousse?
Yes, of course I know him. He's in prison at Toulon. He's been condemned to hard labor for life. He murdered somebody.
Steady on, sir, steady. You're not going to stop as easily as all that the coach of General Fernand de Morcerf.
Morcerf?
He's private secretary to the Minister of the Interior, you know, and a peer of France. What do you think of the new magistrate who's just been appointed in Paris?
De Villefort, you mean? Yes, a first-class magistrate. But as merciless as they make them. No prisoner can hope for any pity if he comes before him.
It's said that he's been round the world several times. Not on business, you know, simply for his own amusement.
He is supposed to have brought an Oriental slave woman back with him. A fascinating, beautiful creature.
Apparently he's got an underground palace on an island. It's absolutely full of treasure.
Well, some people say he's a Sicilian, others that he's a Maltese. The truth is, we don't know very much about him. He's a bit of an enigma.
What on earth are you talking about?
You provincials really are impossible. We're talking about the Count of Monte Christo, my dear chap. Of course.
Count of Monte Christo.
I was not expecting a visit from you, sir. What can I do for you?
I won't waste your time, Monsieur de Morcerf. While I was traveling in Turkey, I bought a Greek slave called Heidi. It's about her that I've come to talk to you.
I don't know anything about her.
Your memory is very short.
Sir, I cannot allow
Monsieur
you...
de Morcerf, didn't you once serve in Greece under the orders of Ali Tobalin, Pasha of Janina?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Heidi is the daughter of the Pasha of Janina.
What are you trying to get at?
When war broke out between Greece and Turkey, the Greeks asked France for help. Louis Philippe sent a French officer to the help of the Pasha of Janina. Instead of helping the Pasha, the officer betrayed him and received 2,000 pieces of silver as reward for his treachery. The Pasha and his family were wiped out. Everyone, that is, except Princess Heidi. And the officer sold her as a slave to the Turks. Have I got to tell you the name of the officer?
How do you know all about that? What do you want? Who are you?
Who am I? I am vengeance.
What's wrong, de Villefort? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Have you read the newspaper, Morcerf?
No, I haven't. Why?
Just listen to this. Our correspondent in Janina writes, "Some information hitherto unknown has just come to our knowledge. The forts which defended the town of Janina were handed over to the Turks by a French officer, whom the Pasha had trusted with his confidence. The officer, who went under the name of Fernand at the time, is now known as the Count de Morcerf."
Monsieur le Comte de Morcerf, do you acknowledge the accusations brought against you?
They are nothing but a pack of lies.
We are determined that everything in this business should be brought into the open. Mademoiselle Heidi, what have you to say?
I accuse the Comte de Morcerf.
To accuse is not enough. You must bring proof.
I have proof. Here.
What's this? A document sealed with the Turkish imperial seal.
Would you read it out, sir?
I, El Cobier, slave merchant, do hereby acknowledge that the French lord, the Count of Monte Christo, bought from me for the sum of 8,000 francs a slave by the name of Heidi, daughter of the late Ali Tobalin, Pasha of Janina. This slave was sold to me by a French general in the service of the Pasha of Janina, the Comte de Morcerf, signed El Cobier. Monsieur de Morcerf, do you recognize this girl as the daughter of the Pasha of Janina?
Oh, this is nothing but a plot formed against me by my enemies.
I know you. You are the man who killed my father, your benefactor, by delivering him over to his enemies.
This woman doesn't know what she's saying.
Murderer! You still have my father's blood on your forehead. Look at him, everybody!
What is your reply to all this, monsieur?
I have nothing to reply.
Gentlemen, have the charges of treachery and felony been proved against the accused?
They have.
You have the judgment of your peers, monsieur.
I can't go on. Let me leave.
Gentlemen, Monsieur de Morcerf's action is a confession in itself.
Sir, have you heard the news?
No, I was waiting for you to tell me it.
Monsieur de Morcerf has just committed suicide.